What's up, everybody? My name is Scott, and I'm going to tell you about how my 50 cal exploded, and I almost bit the dust about 2 weeks ago.
Ow, holy crap. Jesus.
So I know a lot of you are probably wanting me to explain my injuries, and I'm going to do that, but I think it's best we start from the beginning. I know some of you are going to try to skip around in this video. I highly recommend you stay tuned and listen to all of this. But for those who are going to skip around, let me clear something up first. This was not the bear that we torture tested, and this was a complete freak accident. There's nothing that I did to have caused this. So April 9th, 2021,
I feel bad.
we come out here to shoot a fire hydrant with some slap rounds using my Serbu RN50. So we have the Serbu RN50 with the 36-inch long heavy barrel, and we're gonna go ahead and go big or go home and start out with this. This is a 50 BMG slap tracer round. The slap rounds tend to go a little to the right, so I aimed a little to the left, but this one actually hit true to where I was aiming. We hit right here.
Okay.
And you can see that thing is smoking. And then we blew right through the back of this thing. Everything was going pretty smooth. We shot the fire hydrant several times, but the slap rounds were acting a little funny. One of the slap rounds hit like a 1.5 feet low and to the right. I say we hit it with one more slap round, but this time—
Oh my God, this sucks, because we're watching in real time, like minutes before disaster. Oh man, we all know what's gonna happen. We all know how this ends, but he doesn't know. Past him doesn't know.
I'm aim for the thickest part of the fire hydrant and see what happens.
Notice how much larger the muzzle flash is compared to the first slap round? Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh. Jesus.
The gun was functioning normally, as it always has. I've been using this gun for a long time now, and I've never had any issues out of it. So before all this happened, we took one last shot, and it was actually really, really cool. The round was stuck out the back of the fire hydrant. This is a 50 BMG silver red tip armor-piercing incendiary tracer. So we went through the top of the fire hydrant. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's just stuck out the back.
So what went
After
wrong?
that, I decided I was gonna take one last shot with a slap round.
So was that like a sign that something bad was gonna happen, that it exploded that big? Like, oh man, I don't even know.
And try to hit the thickest spot on the fire hydrant. So before I loaded my last slap round, I know that there was no barrel obstruction because I literally found the round in the fire hydrant. But this last round that I loaded into my Serbu RN50 was a very, very hot round, and I had no idea. And
oh man. I also bet he didn't realize, I don't know if he realized that that second shot was as explosive as it was, right? Because he might have had to look back at the footage, right? Because it was so fast. Man.
There's really no way for me to have ever known that this round was as hot as it was.
Oh no. Why was it so warm? What happened? I'm curious what was wrong, because that shot beforehand was like explosive all of a sudden.
So here you can see me taking the last shell casing out, and now I'm loading in the slap round. I screw the cap
I just gotta know what the hell happened.
And the gun closes completely, and everything is functioning as normal. And
not hot means it's loaded with more powder than other rounds? Hot doesn't mean temperature? Oh, the rounds are okay. Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out what's gonna happen, Chad. I don't understand.
Thing is something someone may mention is maybe I didn't screw the cap on all the way. Well, you can clearly see the cap is screwed on all the way, and this gun actually will not close if the cap is not screwed on all the way.
Okay.
So everything was functioning good on the gun. What I didn't know was the slap round that I put inside it was extra, extra hot, and I had no idea. And there's really no way for me to have ever known.
Man, you know what also would be frustrating is all these people who think they know stuff more than you trying to backseat you on how you could have avoided doing this. Like, while you're actively like, look at this poor man. look at this poor man. And he's got to look through all the comments that are like, well, actually, you should have done this. Well, you probably should have done that. Well, like, I would be so bad. I'm already physically damaged. It already is done. And now I got to sit here and prove my innocence. It's nice, though, that he has the footage. Like, he has the footage of him, like, doing everything correctly.
Rounds are extremely rare and they're very
Yeah, the
old.
couch quarterback.
They're like $100 a piece. These aren't manufactured anymore, and
Yeah, just put
really
salt
there's
in my
no way
wound.
you can really know what's happened to them over time as they've passed.
I just feel bad
hand
for
to
him,
hand.
okay?
I was under the impression that these were genuine military surplus rounds and hadn't been tampered with. So now I'm
no.
gonna actually show you what happened. It's not graphic. All the graphic stuff happened after the fact, and I'm going to tell you all about that, but
Okay,
I
I'm
am going to
glad.
show you what happened just so you
I
can
get sympathy pain. All right, this is maybe weird. I get sympathy pain when I see people's cuts and wounds. Actually, like, it makes my skin sensitive looking at it. Like, yeah.
see what happened to me that day.
Oh. Oh, holy shit. Oh, I have never seen something like that happen. I'm sure he's not the only one, like, something like this has happened to, but this is insane. This is insane. Oh my god. Like, there's his glasses. The glasses are off. The hat's gone. Is this the back of the gun? Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it's split in half. Oh. What's sad is, like, you guys are mentioning it could have gone worse, right? Like, if he would have, imagine if he wasn't a professional. Like, what if he was holding the gun wrong and stuff? Like, I can imagine this could have been worse. Like, that's the sad part, is this could have been worse.
So when I pulled the trigger, the gun exploded almost immediately. So the
My god, that's so scary. That's so scary. I'm glad he's okay. Christ. That was such a freak accident.
thing that went was this cap. And this cap is solid steel, and it is very, very heavy. If you look right here, the threads are sheared off of this gun completely.
Wait,
I spoke
what?
with Mark Serbu, and he said that normal pressures are 55,000 PSI. And for those threads to have sheared off and this cap to have just blown off like that, we're looking at over 85,000
Oh my God,
PSI.
why?
So the
Why? How did they mess up? That is such a huge number difference.
cap blows off. It's kind of hard to put these on because of my little nose brace. I'll explain. But safety glasses are on, and this cap, you can see this little crescent here.
Yeah.
This cap hit me right there.
Oh my God.
I'm not really sure which way.
Ooh. Way too much powder in the casing? That just seems like not a small, you know what I mean? A small error, right? Yeah, he like shot a stick of f***ing dynamite. Yeah, good thing he was wearing safety glasses.
Probably more like this, but it struck me in the face. When this cap hit me in the face, it broke my orbital bone in 3 spots. Here,
Oh my God. Ow, that would have hurt so bad. Is that bone the one that's like right under your eye? Like, is that around your eye socket? I'm like touching it to try to figure out what bone that is. I'm like touching my face, like where? Oh, man, I've accidentally had something hit me under my eye, and that hurts so bad. And then your eye's just twitching, like, oh God.
here, and here. It also broke my nose,
Ugh.
and that's why I have this on. I've had to have facial surgery
Poor
to
guy.
repair all this. Here's the really bad part, though. On this lower,
My heart's too soft for this shit.
normally,
please.
there's these 2 ears that stick up right here. And this is what prevents you from closing the gun when the cap's not on all the way. If the cap is on all the way, it
Okay,
will
gotcha.
fit perfectly right here with those ears pushed up against it. When the cap blew off the gun, it came straight back, shearing those ears
Oh,
off
okay.
the lower. One of these is still at the hospital, and this is the one we found. This one zipped right past my head, went inside my hat.
Oh my gosh.
Blew a hole through it, and took it off my head.
That's how his
7 to 8 feet.
That's how his hat flew back. I thought it might have just been from the impact. That's crazy.
Now the other one is what almost ended me.
Oh no. Oh, that's what did that.
Right
Holy crap. Oh man.
Here in the throat.
Ow.
It proceeded to lacerate my jugular vein and
Oh
then
my
puncture
God.
a hole in my right lung. As
Oh
for
my
my
God.
hand, my best guess is this is what did it. In the video, you can see that the stalk
Yeah,
almost disappears.
So lucky to be
instantly.
alive, but
I
Jesus,
believe
poor
it
dude.
came in a downward motion and hit my finger. You have your natural bend in your index finger. Well, this bone right here looked like a V.
Oh.
So my finger looked like a big W. So back to the lacerated jugular. I've now been hit in the throat, and I'm not really sure what happened because when this cap hit me in the face, I went blind in my right eye instantly.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
I have vision coming back now, and they say my eyes should make a full recovery.
That's awesome, I just want to say. Because that would suck to have permanent worse vision over this as well. Like, that would mess you up long term. You could see how maybe this sucks, but, like, maybe this can heal okay. Your eyes, they don't heal the same, you know? If you damage them, it's like sometimes you, like, that's just it.
But in that moment, I went completely blind in this eye, and it was like I had been punched.
Yeah, it would affect his career. Yeah.
And I landed on all fours. A lot of you wonder who is behind the camera in my videos. This
There he
dad.
is.
His
There he is. The man behind the madness. He looks so friendly with that.
name is also Scott. If he had not been out here with me, that would have been it for me. He come running up and he let me know of my injuries because I was still in a daze. I've just been punched in the face by a big metal cap.
Such a
And he
friendly
let
dad.
me know real quick that there was a hole in my neck and I was losing a lot of blood.
Oh my God.
Really fast.
I cannot imagine being somebody, I don't know, like a normal camera guy and then like somebody who films stuff that's more dangerous like this stuff. Whew.
Dad shoved his thumb into my neck.
Oh my
and said, "Put your
God.
thumb there." Now that I'm aware of what's going on, I took my left thumb, I took my shirt, wrapped it in my shirt, and I shoved it as far into my neck as possible.
Oh my God, that's smart. It's a good thing there was someone else there. If he was panicking by himself, like he might have just bled out, right?
I was not aware that my jugular was lacerated, but I did know this is really bad. I have a law enforcement background, and I've been trained in injuries and wounds and gunshots and things like that. And I know very well that if you get hit in the neck,
Yeah.
it's not good because
Nope.
you can't tourniquet a neck. After I plugged the hole, I applied extreme pressure, pinched my head down into my hand, and made a run for the truck. So the truck here was right near us. There's a trailer attached. I had to run around the front. I jumped in the passenger seat. Dad jumped in, and we took off. And this all happened in a matter
That's so
of seconds.
scary.
I would say under a minute.
Yeah,
We were
Giga Chad
in that
Dad.
truck and just hauling
That is
tail into
terrifying.
town. Something I forgot to mention, this upper weighs like 25 pounds.
Well, yeah,
You
it looks
can see in
heavy.
the video that it just gets thrown off the table. So much pressure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like it's just made of plastic, how fast it just gets thrown up into the air.
Came out the back of this upper that it launched it off the table. It's an insane amount of energy that was thrown into my body. So now we're driving very fast into town. I am applying constant pressure to my throat and I'm breathing very slowly, trying to control my heart rate because the faster your heart rate, the faster you're going to bleed. My dad's driving, so I thought it would be nice of me to call the ambulance. My dad didn't agree with this.
Yeah, I don't agree with
but I
that
wanted to
either.
do
What
it
are you
myself
doing?
because
You're
I
bleeding
wanted to
out.
try and stay awake. I needed to.
Oh, I
be
guess that
doing
is a good point.
something
Don't
to
lay
keep
down.
myself
Right,
conscious.
don't fall
If you
asleep.
have an iPhone, there's this nifty little feature on the side here, and if you hit that button one too many times, it'll call 911.
Yep. I think this is a really good thing that most phones have a very easy way to like immediately call someone.
This can be kind of annoying when you're trying to shut off your alarm in the morning, But when there's a lot of bodily fluids on your phone and you can't open it,
Yep.
it comes in really handy. I got on the phone with 911 and I let them know what had happened and that we were coming into town and they were going to send an ambulance to meet us halfway. There were several times where I thought I was going to pass out.
Well, yeah,
And I
you're
knew if
losing
I
lots of
passed
blood,
out,
and that's
that
just
that was gonna
scary.
be it, because my dad's driving. If I pass out, who's going to keep applying pressure to my neck to keep me from bleeding out? Times like this, you really need something to focus on, and I focused on my kids. I had their faces in my brain, and I just focused on them, and I fought as hard as I could. I stayed conscious the entire time. We met the ambulance halfway. They got me loaded up, and we took off towards the hospital. And
This story is
like I said, I
crazy.
know that I was in a bad spot, and I don't know if you know this, but if your jugular is completely severed, you have 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I knew that being hit in the throat, I may not have much time, but the closer we got to the hospital, the more my confidence built, and I thought, hey, maybe I'm gonna be all right. When I was in the ambulance, I asked them to cut my shirt off because I was having trouble breathing, and I thought maybe I'd been hit in the chest as well.
Oh.
They cut my shirt off. There wasn't anything there, but when I got to the hospital, they x-rayed me, and they said my right lung had collapsed because it was filled with blood, and that was from this little guy here puncturing my lung as well. So from there, they had to intubate me while I was wide awake, and I tell you, that is...
Somebody tell me what intubate means. What is intubate? I don't know what intubate is. Let me try to Google it. Intubate. Intubate meaning. I can only find incubate. No, intubate. I'm trying to figure out. Intubation is a process where a healthcare provider inserts a tube through the person's mouth or nose. Oh, so he can breathe, because he's having trouble breathing. Oh, okay. So they're trying to make it so he can breathe because the lung collapsed and he's having trouble breathing from the blood. It's filling with fluid.
So
they're trying to get him breathing.
This long metal rod with a point on it, and they stick it through your rib cage. And, it wasn't fun.
Yeah, I can imagine that's not a good time.
After that, I was feeling a little better. I could breathe a little better. And then they wanted me to take my thumb out of my neck, and I was like,
nope.
We're not taking my thumb out of my neck. You just wrap it up with some tape and stay there. But they told me I had to take my thumb out of my neck.
Yeah,
so
that would scare me too. I wouldn't want to.
And packing, and as soon as I pulled it out, they packed my throat. When I pulled my thumb out, that's when I saw my finger, and they said that I audibly said, "Oh, that's not good," because my finger looked like a big W. They informed me after that they were going to have to life flight me to Vanderbilt Hospital in Nashville, Tennessee.
No.
Very, very good hospital with very, very good doctors. Obviously, I'm here making this video. Big shout out to Vanderbilt Hospital. You guys are the best. So now they're about to knock me out, and at this moment, I realize
medical people, man,
this may
they're
be
the
last
best.
time that I see my wife or see my dad, because once they knock you out,
yeah,
you know,
W doctors, let's
that's
go.
it. Either they're gonna fix you or you're not waking up. My wife had arrived. I called her in there. I held her hand, and we had words. And then I called my dad in to pray. And after that, I remember waking up in Vanderbilt Hospital, hooked up to every machine possible. I'm gonna throw some pictures in here.
Oh.
So they did a number on me.
Jesus
so you can see this cut here, and this actually goes all the way down to right here. To repair my jugular and my lung.
Listen, I feel bad, but knowing he's okay, I'm only saying this because I know he's okay. He literally can be the person, want to know how I got those scars? Literally, he can be this person, but in real life. Because this story is insane.
My chest completely. They cut me completely open, just like open heart surgery. They told me a guy my size should hold 6 to 8 units of blood, and total, from all the blood I lost from the initial injury and the surgeries, they had to give me 5 units. There was also
yeah.
There was also a chance that I could have had a stroke.
Yeah.
To repair your jugular vein, they have to pinch it off. Well, your jugular vein supplies the oxygenated blood to your brain.
Yeah, so your body is like, what is happening here?
So they can only pinch it off for so long. They pinch it off, they repair it, then after that, when they open it back up, all that blood rushes into your brain, and there's a chance you could have a stroke. Praise God, I did not have a stroke as well. As for my hand and my face, they had to do surgery on that as well. I have pins in my finger to hold it in place. And like I said, they had to repair my orbital bone in 3 spots. As you can see, they cut me here and right here.
Oh
and
my
they also
goodness.
cut inside my mouth, all the way back here to the front.
Holy crap.
To be able to get to all of those spots. So I had a breathing tube in, but I still wanted to talk. I wanted to know
This
what had
story
happened
is
to
one of
me
the
and
most
what was going to
insane
happen. Well, my nurse
stories I've
Cody,
ever heard
shout
about
out
an
to
injury.
that guy, best nurse
Jesus.
ever, brought me a dry erase board so that I could write and ask
Aw.
questions. I wanted to talk to my wife. Well, he would call her for me, and then I would write out what I wanted to say, and he
Aw.
would say it over the phone for me, and then I could sit there and talk to my wife. Also, I really wanted a mellow yellow.
That's
I
so
was
sweet.
craving it so bad.
Dude.
When I was finally unhooked from everything.
I love Mellow Yellow. To this day, I think Mellow Yellow is so good. Yes, also the Giga Chad nurse, but also Based Soda Choice. You guys don't know what Mellow Yellow is? I would say it's kind of like Mountain Dew, but it's like more citrusy and less just like sugar. Yeah, have you guys ever had Squirt? It's kind of like Squirt.
I remember sitting in my room, and he peeked his head in. He was like, "Can you eat and drink now?" And I said, "Yeah." And he handed me a mellow yellow. Coolest nurse ever. So for about...
Oh yeah, there you go, sorry. Mellow Yellow is Coke's version of Mountain Dew. Yep. Okay, that makes sense. I was gonna say it's kind of like Mountain Dew, but I feel like it's better. I'm always surprised by the human body's resilience, true.
2 days, I had tubes coming out of the front of my chest, 1 tube coming out of my right side, and 1 tube coming out from behind my collarbone to drain everything around my
God.
lungs. And I had to carry this little vacuum pack with me. They removed those really quick. I'm healing extremely fast. They kicked me out of trauma within a few days. This happened on April 9th, which is a Friday. I went home the following Saturday.
He looks so much better here. I mean, like, he still looks rough, like, but like, from the picture where he came into this picture.
There is a lot more to this story when it comes to my injuries and everything that I had to do to overcome them. Long story short.
Yeah, he was on death's door and discharged in less than 8 days. Or in 8 days, sorry.
I shouldn't be standing here. I should be 6 foot under, and if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. So I know there's one big question that you're all wondering. What's gonna happen to Kentucky Ballistics, and am I gonna keep making videos? And the answer to that is absolutely. I'm
Hell
not gonna
yeah.
quit doing what I love because of a freak accident. There's nothing that can keep me from continuing on.
He's
love
brave, man.
what I do, and I appreciate every single one of you. I am healing at a Wolverine rate. I am healing so fast that really a lot of people have been kind of confused at how fast I'm healing.
I was gonna
That's
say.
God, he's healing me quick. And I'm gonna keep making videos, and I cannot wait to get back out here. I have
Man's
some videos
taking
planned,
the damage well,
and
you know?
I think you're gonna like
Keep
them.
it in
It's gonna
high
be some really
spirits.
funny stuff. Also, I know there's gonna be a good bit of you that want to support me while I'm healing, and I really,
Oh my God, I just
really
realized
appreciate that. But
his shirt says just put a thumb in it. He's gonna make merch about it. He's got merch about it.
I don't want to do a GoFundMe or anything like that.
Bro just wants
If you
to
wanna help me
flex
out,
on it and
I
get
want
a,
you to get something
made a
out of it too.
t-shirt.
So we got some new shirts. The
Oh my
doctors told me
God.
that if it wasn't for this thumb, that I would have died. This thumb saved my life, and my wife came up with this saying. She said, "Just put a thumb in it."
His wife is like, I got an idea.
That
So
was the
funny.
funniest thing ever. So that's what we're going with. We have Just Put a Thumb in It shirts. These are awesome. And if you want to support me, there's a
That's
link in the
so
description
great.
down below. They're available now. Pick you up a shirt and support Kentucky
Talk about
Ballistics.
having a thumbs
This
up.
is not my normal content, and definitely not what you
Save you from
expected me to
bleeding
post
out.
this week, but this is something I felt like I needed to let you know. Again,
Yeah,
this
very
was a complete
wholesome.
freak accident, and there's no way I would have ever
This
known
is like the best
just how
ending
hot that round was
for such a terrible
until
incident.
it was too late. So like I said, I'm healing really fast, and I'm going to be back to it as
Very
soon as possible.
sweet story.
But in the meantime,
Glad he's okay.
keep your eyes peeled for some pretty interesting videos I have planned and my update videos. Before I close this video, I just want to say how much I appreciate every single one of you.
Aw.
Thank you for making
This
what
guy
I
is
do
too
possible.
sweet. What the hell?
And I know that the majority of you are going to be extremely supportive right now, and I really, really appreciate that. Don't forget, if you want to pick up a shirt, there's a link in the description down below. And as always, my name is Scott. My name is Scott, and you will most definitely see me next time.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's still... Hold on. He's still fucking shoot. He's not even healed yet. He's not even healed yet. Yeah. Don't worry, he's not using the broken hand. An epic W. Mooah, 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 mooah.